In this video, we'll take a look at using the Material Editor relational view to create materials and assign them to objects. The Material Editor holds a bunch of different views that work together to enhance the texturing workflow. On the upper left, we can see the default and wood material libraries. On the right, at the top, are the materials, and just below, the objects using them. Below the objects are the textures used by the material. The second button lists all existing textures used in the scene. Just below is a render tree, and finally a property editor docking view on the left. Let's create a new glass library and material so we can texture the objects on the crate. We'll rename the library, call it glass, and set it as the current library. Now we'll create a material, rename it, update the view, and start editing the Phong shader. We'll give it a blue color. Increase the specular decay value. Make it transparent. Increase the index of refraction. And finally make it a bit reflective. Then, in the render tree, we'll get an incident shader to drive the transparency. Next, we'll create an environment map made up of two textures, and we'll use the mixer to blend them together. We'll get this one here. And our next texture will be the ref text image. Let's connect the mixer to color shader to the environment port of the material shader. The render region updates. We'll adjust some values here and there to get the desired result. So in the environment shader of the second texture, we'll just increase the reflection intensity. We'll use the set thumbnail from region command to create a thumbnail for the new material. And with the material selected, we can then assign it to the two objects on the crate. Then do a render region to see the result. So let's quickly recap what we have. A new glass material, the objects using it including the work sphere and the render region, and finally the textures being used by the material. Also, the textures being used in the scene. You can use other work objects as a reference to create your materials. You can also import or export libraries from here.